Okay, Wednesday, 22nd February 2024, daily cap trade review for the ES Indian Q. Another disappointing day, basically relating to my own performance. Just not trusting my edge, not following my system, and just being scared money. Not following my system, not even in the way of just taking like bad trades, but I'm not taking trades at all, and there's really not even sure what to say about it. Regardless, let's go what I had planned for the day and what I ended up doing against my plan. So I only really had a plan on ES today, and Q I could not put my finger on to get good levels at. So for the ES, the plan was really straightforward, really simple. This prior all-time high is a very important structural level for the downside to hold. It's a little bit of this low volume or this ledge kind of thing within this distribution. So it has that structural and volume profile confluence here. And on the upper edge, this is basically 509390 region, which has been a very important level throughout this week. It originally came from previous week's Thursday's breakout where 93 left a set of singles, and we headed above it on last Friday, then on Monday, and then we broke below it. And since we broke below it on last Tuesday, we have been holding underneath it. So this has been an important area of inflection throughout this week, and it remained an important area of inflection today. Can also identify this with this low volume node area sort of here, because this pretty much acted as a pivot point. Either we are above or below. Either we spent our volume above, or we spent our time and volume underneath it. So that was very simple plan. Longs from here, previous all-time high region. Shorts from here, 9093 region. Right now, obviously, the profile looks a little bit different because it has the entire yesterday's auction in it. But at this point of time, this node was not as prominent. It was a little bit more flattened. This is all the volume that was created here yesterday. And this was a little bit of the segregation between this distribution and this distribution. Yeah, plan simple. We break out, go for longs, otherwise fade here. And if we were to break down of this structural level, I wasn't looking for any shorts. I was only going to look for longs from here, but we never really got there. So no need. Now going over the NQ, I just, again, because this has yesterday's auction in it, it looks a little bit different now, but I just could not find a decent level to put risk on today. It was just all very mushy and messy, given the weird sort of balance that we've been in. So again, this is all yesterday's action, which makes the ledges a little bit more defined, but obviously this one not here. So even though I have this level marked, this is the same level that had already worked on Tuesday as well as Monday. So this level has been used quite a few times already in the very recent past. So I just left it on because I could not put anything. I couldn't find a decent level, but I wasn't going to trade anywhere here. This was the only level that I was looking to trade off of. I don't have any clear plans. Cannot identify any volume profile ledges. Only level of interest is here. This level has been very important as well in the NQ, because this marks the upper ledge of this massive distribution that we spent a lot of time in. So this was my only level that I had. If in case we happen to sell off and come down here, I was going to look for longs from there. Otherwise, this level was already there from the last few days. I wasn't looking to trade around it. It has been used too much and the volume profile was not clear. And similarly, I had this little ledge marked. Even though this ledge is there, this area pretty much, we've been ranging in NQ for the last 3 days, and this is pretty much the middle of the range. So if we go and have a look at the chart, we can clearly see we've been in a sort of range for the last 3.5 days. And this point, this ledge pretty much is in the damn center of the range, and I do not take trades from the center of the range. So really no clear levels that I could define my risk against. And so very simple. ES had beautiful, clear, defined levels, and I was only looking to trade ES really, unless obviously NQ decides to come all the way back down. So going over NQ first, because really nothing happened throughout the day. We can see how this past level kind of worked initially, but it just a point of chop throughout the session. Did kind of hold, but doesn't really bother me. It's just completely messy, completely choppy. There was nothing really to be done, and I stayed away from it. It was really just a day without any sort of real conviction, back and forth, back and forth. The range is very small. It's just weird looking thing that's happening. There's no direction whatsoever, and yeah, didn't do anything. Now going over the ES. So ES opened up close to my level of interest and gave an opportunity rather early on. I took this very first trade, and I get wigged out here. And then once I get wigged out here, I hesitated and I did not take it again. I started second guessing, and that was pretty much my entire day. Yeah, so that was my day on the ES. Entire day took just one trade, a 3-point loss, and then just sat while the market did what my plan said. I planned for that it may do, or according to my expectations. Took this 3-point loss, got wigged out here, never re-entered here, never. At this point of time, Ninja stopped, so I couldn't really re-enter here. But there's nothing to say that I would have actually re-entered here if Ninja or Apex was actually working. There was some issue with rhythmic data, whatever. It stopped, and I sat on my hands all day just watching it go from level to level. Here, it didn't really tag the level, so I'm okay objectively with not taking any of this here. Obviously, there's something to be said with this benefit of hindsight that it's so close to the level, it's just a tick apart. Why don't you just take it? The reason is very, very simple. Had I taken this trade here and then got stopped out, my review would have said it never really tagged the level, and that is okay. The plan said looking for from 93, 90 area. I was pretty much looking for it to come up another few points. Never really did. It's definitely, again, something to say. Maybe it didn't go up here. I could have taken again here, but these things don't bother me. These things bother like hell, because to see the plan actually working out, and just because the stop was too tight and I hesitated on re-entering, it's just stupid mistake. And did end up again giving a bounce overnight. Now it's starting to sell off. We are around 3 a.m. Anyway, PCE comes out 8:30 a.m. today, tomorrow, whatever, Thursday 8:30 a.m. and hopefully we'll get out of this range and get some directional move. Although I do like fading non-directional ranges, balance areas. Anyway, that's that.